Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I am Carter Glasscock.
And joining us on mic number 4, once again, one of our all-time favorites. It's our friend
Carly Garber.
That's right.
the Windy City Wonder, right there. Huh?
That's what they call me back home.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I realized streaming with Rivers last week, when anyone would come into the stream that he knew, he would instantly say where they're from. And I like that association.
It's a wrestling thing, I believe.
It's that. It's radio, too. Calling in now west of the Rockies. I love that. One day.
The Birmingham Boulder.
Yeah,
It's part of her identity. She's from the Windy City. She says that all the time, too.
You would say the Wilmette Wonder.
Wilmette Wonder, yeah.
Wilmette Wonder. I don't know. The Skokie.
Close,
something.
close. Yeah, pretty much.
There's a couple times when someone came in and you would just be like, Nashville. That's all you would say.
San Diego.
Like it was a game for you. You're like, yep, just nailed it again.
Shout out to Dom listening to Music City, USA. That's long for Nashville. Found a freak I wanted to share with you guys on the Facebook.
Sweet.
This was actually, this came through my all-time favorite website, Torque News.
I'm always on there.
But
For cars.
yeah, it's for cars. You know, I like to
Bikes, too, maybe.
I'm a big car guy, as you can tell by my four-cylinder golf cart engine Nissan Versa. But this is
You enjoy torque. You enjoy horsepower.
I love it. I like the heavy metal thunder. That's just in my brain at all times. But yeah, it's a now deleted Facebook post from a dentist in Huntington Beach, and his name is Steven, and this was reported in the thing.
He didn't delete it too quick, though.
Well, that's
Rivers
the thing.
caught it.
Well, and I looked, because I read it on Torque News, and so obviously they linked it. I was like, well, I got to check this guy out. And so I was reading
They
it.
vet the reporters at Torque News.
Well, he had deleted this, but I was like going through his feed. I was like, oh, this is, because I was reading it. I was like, this is so ridiculous. There's no way. And then I saw it. I was like, oh no, that's him.
All right.
So just for independent investigation, pretty sure Steven meant all of this. So this is the post. You worked hard, but your kids don't want to hang out with you.
Immediately depressing.
And relatable.
And your friends are too busy to visit. You're getting older every day, and your neck, your back are complaining.
Pussy and crack.
Your pussy and your crack are complaining, too.
I'm tired.
Shut up, I'm doing all the work.
You stink.
I love just that whole paragraph is just some woe is me shit.
Yeah,
I
geez.
work hard and everything is bad.
Well, what's the next line? Like, so what do? Join a fight club.
So, I mean, it's not that far off. He says,
Okay.
you need a man cave and a Batmobile and a powerhouse.
Does that mean your kids are going to be like, let me come to the man cave, Dad? I want to talk to you again.
And it would be nice to have something that would make people snap their necks and glare. Ooh,
Like an excited glare or an angry
A
one?
good way to get your kids who don't want to hang out with you to get closer to you is to alienate yourself further.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the way.
And buy a bunch of stupid ass shit. I'll
tell you
like,
what.
hey, you kids aren't getting an inheritance. Dad's getting a Batmobile.
Fuck your college. I'm
Oh, you got beat up today? I got an air hockey table.
And I'll smash you.
You're not allowed in there, though.
He says, what you want is an overpowered, overpriced, over-the-top giant fridge on wheels. They can't ignore you anymore. Maybe attention isn't what you want. Maybe it's too radical for your neighbors. But you don't care. You are old, tired, and cranky. And you've had it up to here with politics and the media.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just want to exit the parking lot by driving over the parking stops and out onto the
Okay,
sidewalk.
before you continue, I have
Sometimes you want to
I have a legit
commit a
question.
crime.
Yeah, you want to do a rampage.
Was this posted on his own page or to a group?
Personal Facebook page.
Okay.
So this is like his post on his own wall.
Yeah, and then somebody at Torque News was like, I guess
Who is this Lester Burnham-esque character?
Yeah.
If you read bad news sites nowadays, they're often just basically social media posts that have been rewritten into article format.
Yes,
So what
yeah.
happened was this post went semi-viral.
Oh, yeah.
And then Torque said, "Oh, we should write an article and make some ad money
Yep,
by
sure.
just posting this copy paste."
This guy could be cleaning your teeth.
Yeah. He says, "You're over those bushes by the house, but you don't want to cut them. Just drive over them."
This guy sounds like he's never fucked up a car before. That would fuck up your car.
Do you need 850 horsepower and a 3-ton fridge? Who cares about what we need? We are animals, driven by passion for what we want.
We are men!
You deserve it. Life is tough. Answer back tougher. The world is full of nonsense. So drive something that makes even less sense. Enough of people giving you headaches. It's time to give back. You want a Cybertruck.
I knew it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, hell yeah. So that was
Yeah, girl, do that retail therapy. You feel miserable. All you need to do is buy something, and everything will change.
It's not easy to pull out of a parking lot in one of those. It really
No.
is like incredibly difficult to
Have you
maneuver.
driven one?
No. No, I haven't fucking driven one. I'm
No,
just
I
assuming.
would. I would be like happy if you somehow found your way into just
If I
test
could,
driving
yeah.
one. And I don't. I'd be pissed if you owned one.
They're not easy to drive, but they are
Right.
easy to sleep in and listen to Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, my thing with those, I mean, aside from everything, is I haven't driven a Cybertruck. I did once rent I was just trying to rent a normal car, but they ran out of cars. I ended up with a Dodge Challenger,
Nice.
This happened to me
This
recently.
just happened, yeah.
which was like badass for a temporary kind of thing, but like it's all blind spot.
They drive like
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
they
you
drive like shit.
Not a good rental car. It's like
No.
can't see anything.
I gotta say, I felt powerful. We were in the South, and
Yeah.
Carter somehow. What was it? A Dodge?
I mean, I got like a fucking.
no, it was like the Dodge Warrior.
it was the Dodge
Okay.
Ram Rebel.
Rebel.
It was the most MAGA car I've ever
was-
driven in my life, and it was like the most. It was just this
It
huge
was the
fucking
Dodge
truck.
Savage.
Yeah, it was the Dodge Insurrection, and a fucking. It was like it was guzzled fucking gas, and then one day it just didn't
Oh yeah, it
start.
stopped working. I forgot
Like,
about that.
it fucking just
We had to take
completely
it back.
like shit a brick, and it was like a new car. And like, but like the dude who was like, I had to wait for this car for like 2 hours, and they'd given away all we gave away our fleet in Knoxville.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, it's like, well, that defeats the purpose of a reservation.
Yes.
And I'm sure me and you had the same shit fit at the same unwitting Alamo employee.
Well, mine was here in Hollywood, and I was just
Okay.
like, they were like, yeah, we only have one car, but it's not clean yet. And I literally was like, I had to be at work. I was like, I gotta go. I don't give a shit what it is. And then they pulled that around. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
All right, we're doing it.
Bow,
I felt
bow.
very powerful in it. In the sense where, like, I too.
Carly's like a big car girly, I think. I think you're like you're a truck SUV lady.
I'm a car model. No, we've never talked about it, but I also have a Nissan Versa, which
oh, hell yeah.
yeah, it's I'm selling it, by the way. The transmission
RIP,
is done. It's done. Which we could talk about later.
Yeah.
But,
I got a new one because it was still under warranty.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got another Nissan?
No, transmission.
Oh,
I was gonna say, you need
shit.
another one?
There was a recall.
See?
Go to the dealership.
I've tried. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, long story short, Carter knows I have a lot of road rage.
Yes.
I'm really non-confrontational in life, but on the road, I'm like fucking out of my mind. And
I don't know anyone like that.
I know, but yeah, definitely not you. But in the Dodge Rebel, in the Dodge Insurrection,
The Dodge
The
Rebel.
Dodge Uprising.
the Dodge Uprising.
The Dodge Buffalo head.
I felt like I could just. No one could fuck with me in it, you know, and I finally understood what it's like to be a Republican. I was like, this is nice.
Taking it to a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get an egg white? Can I get an egg white wrap?
Did it have a really shitty turning radius?
Yes.
Because when my parents came and got one of those, that's one of the things I noticed. The
Yes.
for a new car, it's fun. It drives terribly.
Dude,
for like
it's
what
not
a
good,
modern
yeah.
car should do.
I mean, like, yeah, it had a terrible turning radius. It was, it just wouldn't start sometimes. And like the guy who gave it to me was acting like he was like, dude, I'm gonna hook you up, dude. Guess what, dude? It's your lucky day.
That's
bitch.
how you have to act when you fuck up someone's reservation.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah.
10 miles to the gallon. I'm hooking you up.
Gaslight
does-
them into thinking that,
He's gaslighting you because when you drive 50 miles, the gas light comes on.
hey-oh.
Boom!
I do think a lot of the rental cars are cars that don't sell at like regular lots for a variety of reasons.
I bought my car from Enterprise.
You can't.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe you were allowed to buy a Versa off the lot. They're all former rental cars.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I know mine
bought my
was.
Versa from an Enterprise, and it immediately fell apart as soon as I drove off the lot. I was like,
It's been falling apart for 8 years.
I got an amazing deal.
Hell yeah.
R.I.P. that car. It does make a very disconcerting cha-chunk noise every time
Not
you stop,
great.
but
it's not good.
it's your baby in a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know we got listeners in Huntington Beach, so if
Hell yeah.
you can probably you can
Surf
probably.
that.
I don't want to blow the guy's spot up, but if you private message me, I'll give you the last name and let's compare notes. I need to know.
We're just doxing him.
Yeah. Loki.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Oh, it's a classic, folks. It's the Red Bull Winter Edition.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's our ungodly concoction. Also, Sam, I
Pretty
got some
fair.
cold packs. Huh?
I
Okay.
suggested that because it was making an icy mess.
It literally-
which is
Yeah.
regular ice.
Good idea.
It's so funny. It had literally never occurred to me until you said it. I was like, oh, yeah, you can get those.
Especially, and they work especially good for something that size.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I was having to like hang it up upside down and like drip dry it out.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys tried the Red Bull Winter Edition? I think
No, not yet.
I've only sugar-free Red Bull is. I mean, outside of this podcast,
I'm
is my
actually-
jam.
Thankful that it's Red Bull. I
I was gonna say they're going pretty easy on you. Usually, it's
I'm
like
pretty lucky.
this one's called Cobra Dick.
Well, we have to do this because it's fucking seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Getting into the mode.
Yeah, and I got another winter edition for next week, but let's give it a sample. Ow! Hell yeah.
Rivers loves that.
Shout out to
Nice.
Sarah, by the way, in the Discord. I think she liked this one a lot.
Yeah, she suggested this.
Okay, let's look at that color.
Sarah.
And
Actually, whoa!
we probably wouldn't have done this otherwise because we do not like Red Bull. So shout out to Sarah.
I'm on record of I don't like just the classic Red Bull taste, but I'm not opposed to their other flavors.
I mean, I drank a sugar-free Red Bull this week and it was fine.
Yeah,
fuck one up.
like it would never be my first choice.
They're more
for anything,
expensive
but
than-
Wow, that's pretty.
Than the Alpha
Okay.
energy drinks, you know?
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Thank
what I
you.
don't like about them too.
Sarah, this is bad. I'm
get a-
pissed.
It already
Oh, Sarah.
smells. It smells like
Smells
a
like
blue
blueberry,
cotton
yeah.
candy
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
it's iced vanilla berry is the
Ugh,
flavor.
Put the vanilla in there though. Ugh.
Carl, it's like at work. You gotta swivel it around to
I
kind of
know,
open up,
kinda.
oxidize
You
it.
gotta
what
get the air
you know
in
what
it.
it smells? It smells like chapstick.
Yes, it does. It really does smell like chapstick.
This is terrible. Yeah, it's really bad.
Immediate thought.
It's really bad.
Give it a go.
Oh yeah,
You know what's
that is-
weird? I actually don't hate it.
Oh, that's,
Really?
I don't hate it
I
either.
like that.
like,
It doesn't
I'm
like
gonna-
coat your
I-
mouth in like this
I'm
offensive
concerned
way.
at my own enjoyment over that.
I'm
Let's get a look at that can.
I'm gonna give it a few more sips to see if, because sometimes you do come around.
I like that. I like that really. I might start drinking it. Is that sugar free or is that not sugar free?
no, that's
sugared.
That's the full sugar.
How many calories? is
Iced
it?
vanilla berry. That might be 160 for the can.
All
You know
right.
what?
It's not
It's
terrible.
not terrible.
Not terrible.
Once the River said the chapstick thing, I don't think I can undo that from
Yeah.
my head.
It really does
That
taste like
is-
it smells like.
I think that's really good. I think you guys.
Well, you clearly-
you guys have burned your taste buds.
Yeah,
out
no,
with all the
you're not
energy
wrong.
drinks.
You're not wrong about that.
We have.
I do like how it doesn't coat your mouth like how these normally do, to where you keep tasting it after a minute.
Yeah,
I'm getting that.
Red Bull's so like tart that it almost
It's tart, yeah.
It
scrapes
tastes
your
like
tongue
piss to me
with
I don't
acid.
know. Regular Red Bull.
Actually, the taste
Tastes like
disappears from your
piss.
mouth at kind of an alarm. But blueberry piss.
Okay.
Oh, I really like that.
I mean, it is.
That would make a really good. It does. Yeah, no, I mean that's why I like it. So.
I mean, it
What
is,
goes on at our house? Needing to be discussed.
it's subtle. It's European.
You can do a Flugtag after drinking one of those.
Doesn't have the boldness of an American
I
Right.
really like
situation.
that would make a really good ice cream flavor.
Vanilla
And I'm
berry.
not even a big fruity gal. I'm not really fruity. I'm not fruity.
As you established
I'm
earlier,
straight.
you are a car
I'm
girly.
fucking straight.
Yeah, you like fast cars, big block engines.
all I want is a Dodge Rebel Insurrection
Yeah.
and,
Let me
my,
get
and
a
my
Dodge-
blueberry vanilla Red Bull.
I need
Get a Dodge
Let
Crossbow.
me get a Dodge Secession, Dodge Confederacy.
Dodge deportation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on
sad.
now.
I'm giving that like 2.5 out of 5. That's where I'm at.
I'm
It's
giving it
I'm 4 out of 5.
I'm
Wow.
giving one out of 5.
One
Wow.
out of
Sam
damn.
hated it.
I like this.
Sam hated it. Okay.
Yeah,
like it.
please.
I don't like it. There's multiple things I don't like about it. The tartness.
It's tart.
Okay.
The vanilla is chapstick flavored.
Yes.
it's not vanilla.
I'm not getting
flavored.
even the vanilla. I'm just getting like a really nice.
Well, that's what I'm
berry thing.
saying. There is no vanilla. The vanilla flavor is the chapstick
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah.
They just missed
You
that.
guys have
bad.
really honed in on this chapstick argument.
It's Carmex.
Well,
Yeah.
we've had enough of the cream vanilla energy drinks that really, when they don't taste like what they say, we can fucking tell.
I'm supposed to trust how you guys feel, and Carter's sitting here drinking a Dr. Pepper zero sugar strawberries.
you
and
refuse.
cream.
Did you even take a sip of it?
I would never.
You would never?
I hate Dr. Pepper.
It doesn't taste like
That's their
Dr.
whole
Pepper.
thing.
Root beer and Dr. Pepper are disgusting.
So that is their kind of approach to it. Is they're like, we know our shit tastes weird, so
So
we're just abandoning
gross.
it in favor of the flavor.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. They did it. They did it this summer with the coconut, and now they got the strawberries and cream.
It doesn't taste like how any drink should taste.
No,
But
it's amazing.
it's just candy juice.
Oh,
But
perfect.
it's
And that's
fucking-
what I want an energy drink to be, not whatever.
You want it to be
this
candy juice.
That was
fucking winter
candy. I
edition.
felt as though that was candy juice. I don't.
yeah. I've bought a bunch of the Welch's Ghost grape drinks.
Oh, nice.
I'll send you on with one of those.
Have you ever tasted on this show like?
Yes.
like a man. Yes. No, I'm not an energy drink, but like a Manischewitz wine, like a really sweet.
I would.
Like, you guys should move on to like.
Magen David 2020?
I think we're on
Mad
the on
Dog?
the brink of just getting drunk on this
Yeah,
show.
yeah, you're right.
We did Dugaritas.
We did Dugaritas
Yeah,
once. Yeah,
that was
Mountain Dew margaritas.
Mountain Dew and
I think that was the Taco Bell started that, or was
Yeah.
it?
Red Lobster,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Me and Rivers got toasty during that one.
Oh, yeah.
That pairs really well with seafood, so it makes total sense.
Yeah, tequila, Mountain Dew.
It is fun whenever a guest comes on and drinks and no one else is, and then they get drunk on the episode, and then
Yeah.
all of us are just like dealing with a drunk person.
just secretly.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, yeah, everything you're saying is coherent as
Yeah,
shit,
that
dude.
works.
Also, it's 2 p.m. and you're drunk.
You know, I always like to look up stuff about the CEOs of these companies. Red Bull, it's not very interesting. They're Austrian. They're, they're
Wait.
They're very business minded.
3.5 for me, by the way.
Oh, okay. Damn. All right.
I give it a top. I like it.
All right.
Also, I'm trying to keep
My-
peace in my house.
my thing with like Red Bull is like it feels like the last time I had one of those, it was just because it was extremely hot and there was nothing else. And so the winter takes away from all of the appeal that it would have to me, aside from unless they're just free.
It does taste like a free drink.
Yes.
It tastes like something that's
I
just
think
in a cooler.
Regular Red Bull reminds me of like college. It just like it's like the mixing of like
Like a full body Red Bull or
Vodka.
sugar-free?
body.
Vodka and Red Bull.
I should have been slamming the sugar free. Should have been.
The sugar. We were selling the sugar-free Red Bulls at the wine bar for
At
a
the
second,
wine
and
bar.
then everyone who works there just drank them all.
Yeah, we had that at a place I worked at where like you were allowed to drink anything you want except for like the Mexican Cokes.
Yeah.
Because if they allowed that, everyone would just drink those. And
Yeah.
they'd lose $1 billion. They would act like.
When I worked at Hungry Howie's, they had a promotion.
Famished Howard's.
Famished Howard's Pizza. They had a
Good Lord.
they had a thing called the Big Pantangle, and it was just a giant rectangular pizza. That was it.
And was it a pan pizza?
Not any different from the regular pizza. It was just a different shaped pan that we put it in, but it was just a different shape. And our large pizzas were $3.99. So nobody ever ordered the big Pantangle. So all the employees just started making them, and they could never track the amount of boxes they were losing for large pizzas. So the employee food policy was free, unlimited whenever. But
glitch in the matrix.
yeah, but the big Pantangle, they only ordered like 100 boxes or whatever, and we went through all of them.
And they're like, no one ever ordered this.
My manager was like, guys, no one ever orders this. I know that everyone's been taking.
Guys, I am the manager of the most respected Hungry Howie's in the
I
city.
am hungry Howard. How dare you have a Pantangle?
I've said this before, but I used to love prank calling Hungry Howie's when they first opened up in Austin. Yeah, because I thought it was such a dumb name. I would call and ask for a hungry hand job, and they would like legitimately started getting angry because I would do it so often, and then I'd be like,
Bastard.
I started, the smart thing to do when you do a prank call is you act like you're calling for a legitimate reason.
Yeah,
right.
And then like you start asking questions about the flavored crusts and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then you drop the hammer with you want the hungry hand job. And one time the guy like read my own number back to me from the caller ID. It's like, I know your number.
So what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, call me back so I can make fun of you more. I've prank called my friends at their job before. And they have to tell us like, don't do that. You're going to get me in trouble.
Yeah. We used to prank call this one guy in high school. There's this guy named Craig. I don't know who met him or how we met him, but it was this man living alone in an apartment complex named Craig. And we would call him and be like, hey, Craig, guess what? I'm going to come over and kick your ass, buddy. Fuck you, Craig. And then he would like call back. Like we were in school and he would leave. We had just gotten cell phones and he would leave voicemails on our phone being like, what a goofy fucking message. Boy, you come here. You better schedule a dentist appointment because I'm going to knock all your teeth out. And then he would end it by saying, this is Craig. As if we didn't know who could be leaving us such a message. Man, I hope Craig's doing okay. We called him all the time. I remember calling him during Spanish class. Like, Craig, fuck you, man. I'm in your bathroom, you fucking idiot.
Oh, God, dude, so funny.
I remember in the early days of caller ID before.
Oh, yeah.
I was mortified. My friend and I, we had a bully named Valentine.
Like so 50s.
Yeah.
Valentine?
Oh, here comes Valentine.
I don't know.
Is that a man or a woman?
The man.
Was he Norwegian or something?
I don't know, Russian maybe.
Okay.
But, well, he was closeted gay, like kind of,
Sure.
I hope he's listening. We prank called him and he was on the phone and he was like, I have caller ID Carly. I was so devastated. I was like,
What's a Carly? Bye.
Yes, I was going to say.
That's why you call from the free phone at the Methodist Church.
Or star 67 it all day.
Yeah,
It
that's
still
it.
works. It still works.
Have you ever tried to prank call someone and they instantly knew it was a prank, but they stayed on the phone and you still tried to do the prank?
Yeah, they're like, let's see how far you go. I feel like this
Let
happens
him do
whenever
it.
Rivers
Let him
gets
do it.
robocalled. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When
yeah.
Rivers gets robocalled, you can hear some of them slightly enthused.
My new thing is now, you just answer the phone in Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Really authentic accent.
Yeah, they don't know.
The last time I remember doing it, I called my friend at work and to ask for him, to speak to him specifically, and they're like, he's working right now, just call his cell phone. And then I was like, I'm his doctor. I need to tell him something really important. And then they put me on hold and apparently like walked over to my friend and they're like, yeah, someone's on the phone for you. I think it's a prank.
Seems like pizza places get the majority of
Yeah, this was a clothing store.
clothing store.
He has cancer. Let him on the phone.
Yeah, I was like, we just got his test results.
Someone called Howie's with the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard soundboard, the "Get to the chopper."
Oh yeah,
I was
those
like,
are fun.
I was like 19, and they were clearly like 11.
yeah.
And I was like,
It's not a tumor.
yeah, and I
All
was
that
like,
stuff.
I know what it is. I know this is the
Yeah,
soundboard.
E-Bomb's World. I know where you're doing this. Yeah.
I work at a radio station. I have access.
Yeah, we used to prank call the local radio station when we were kids, me and my friend.
Oh, man.
And it got to a point where one time the DJ was like between songs and he was like, "Yeah, we got some. I can't wait for school to start. We got some kids who won't stop messing around." And that just made me and my friend do it so much
Of
more.
course.
It's like, they talked about us on the radio.
I think my friend told me the last time, I'm trying to remember the last time I prank called someone. It was a pizza place. And he's like, "Do you remember that one time in college that you called a pizza place and you asked them to write fucking pepperonis on the pizza?" I was like, "I don't. And I wish I'd paid more attention in college."
Holy shit.
Spent less time doing that.
Oh, I had one similar. I mean, it wasn't a prank. I think it was a Sadie Hawkins situation. Girl came in, ordered a pizza, and she was like, "I need this delivered at 8:00, and I want you to arrange the pepperonis into a question mark and stick this letter underneath the pizza."
Be like, I'm getting minimum wage.
yeah.
This
Really
letter
good
is going to be covered in orange grease.
No, we wrapped it in the cellophane and everything. Like, we actually, we were fucking hallmarking this bitch. Like, we did our diligence, and I was there at exactly 8:00, and I like knock on the door, and the guy answers, and the girl is just on the couch crying, and there's just shit thrown everywhere.
Oh, God.
I was like,
Wait, that reminds me.
have a good night.
The letter say I want a divorce.
No, it just,
That was the desperation. Please marry me.
Straight
Let's
up.
fix this
I-
relationship.
But she
like
couldn't wait for the pizza to get there for the letter.
a traumatic like memory and then a traumatic.
Just unlock.
Okay, we called Sadie Hawkins turnabout. The girls asked the guys, and
Sure.
Carter's looking at me because I know he's gonna feel bad. I can already see it in his eyes, the pity.
It's okay.
No, just like felt bad for me.
No.
My high school had a radio station,
Uh-huh.
Wow,
and
that's fancy.
a guy that like I didn't even know him that well. I think I just like wanted to go to the dance, and I thought he was cute or something. I don't know. And I went like he was on the air, and I like went and stood with like with a sign that was like turnabout like through the glass of the radio station, and he was like fully like no like I'm like he was like, "I'm on the air right now, like please like we'll talk about this later."
Wait, quick question. Who listened to this radio station?
Yeah, his mommy.
Oh.
No, we'll just stop. He said fucking no. He said no.
Oh, hon. Yeah, been
Coming
there.
up next, Fallout Boy.
Yeah, I know.
Leave me the fuck alone.
From
and
her
get out of my house.
hometown. Fall Out Boy actually from her hometown.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, not going to the dance with the chubby girl, and now we have the sophomore slumper comeback of the year.
Well, they have really long song titles. It'd be longer than that.
That is a song, the sophomore slumper comeback of the
Yeah,
year.
for come back of the year. Yeah, my rejections in high school were like I would walk it off like a fat boy. Like I would be like that's fine, and I actually won't be going.
Yeah.
Wanted to go stag.
Perfect. Now I can go alone.
I'll go in a group.
Yeah, so I usually look up stuff about the energy drink people, and didn't find anything interesting. They're all Austrians, just very efficient people, as you might imagine. But
Attractive.
I did find out that
Sexy.
I did find out the CEO of Red Bull Racing, Christian Horner, is married to Ginger Spice.
Okay.
And that is the most interesting thing
Emma
I found out about.
Emma Bunt, is that her?
No, Jerry Halliwell,
gonna say,
dude.
absolutely
You
not.
uncultured swine.
I thought I was going to about to be made fun of for knowing that.
You don't know the Christian name of Ginger
No, the
Spice?
confidence in which you said that as though you knew it, though.
I was like excited.
Yeah,
I was
who
like,
is-
am I about to be very
Who's
impressive
Emma
right
Bunton? Who's
now?
Emma Bunton?
She's Baby Spice.
Oh, okay.
She's one of the spices.
Ah, all right.
She's cumin.
But there was some Red Bull related news out of
Nice.
the Show Me State that I did find. So this is, and I love this guy's name, Pat Pratt, writing for First.
Pat Pratt on the scene.
Pat Pratt on the scene for First 4 Alert News out of St. Louis. This is from the nearby suburb of O'Fallon, Missouri. So this is last Thursday. O'Fallon police officers were looking for 33-year-old Anthony C. Simpson on active warrants. Familiar with the man's prior stealing patterns, that being stealing large quantities of Red Bull energy drinks from local supermarkets, officers decided to do a drive-by of Schnucks Supermarket in O'Fallon. So first of all,
I'm an average nobody. Get to live the rest of my life like a schnook.
I have to live my life next to Schnucks. Can't even get a decent energy drink there.
Where is this again?
This is near St. Louis, northwest of St. Louis suburbs. And this is the cops quote. Simpson has previously been convicted of stealing Red Bull 3 other times. It should be noted that within the last 30 days, Simpson would go into a grocery store and steal Red Bull throughout the St. Louis region.
So do they mean like cases of the shit?
To make the news, it can't just be like
they gotta
3.
be-
Yeah, 3 cans.
They got to be putting that behind that plexiglass.
This has to be an operation where he's taking over
There's
trucks.
locked up energy drink fucking fridges in LA.
7-Eleven, right down the street. You got to.
Well, it makes sense if that's
You literally, I always like to freak out the square working behind the counter by being like, "How did I get it?" And I just reach in and like,
Yeah, you can
grab
reach
the one
in
I
from
want.
the side.
Yeah, I'm like, ha
They don't know.
I'm
the guy's
fucking-
like, whatever, weirdo.
I know.
I'm Harry Houdini.
Did you know you could do this?
He's like, I don't care. I didn't have to walk over there and open it for you.
I just throw Skittles in his face.
I've thrown a wrench in your little plan.
I'm always trying to do that at Target. I'm always like, oh, how do I?
How do I get to this hand
Give me
soap?
my Zyrtec. Like, Jesus.
I feel like specifically at that 7-Eleven, either the manager or maybe owner works frequently, and maybe we should start being like, look, motherfucker, walk to the other side of the store.
Yeah.
Leave the cash register behind in the sketchy ass neighborhood.
Yeah.
Let me go peruse the section too.
We could take
While
the
my
7-Eleven
my
tonight.
homie just steals cigarettes.
Is it higher class energy drinks behind the glass, or is it? Like
No, it's
Red
just
Bull-
all of them. Yeah, it's just all of the energy drinks are behind a locked cooler at that 7-Eleven. Yeah, so officers identified Simpson when they spotted him walking to his car with a loaded shopping cart full of Red Bull.
I thought that was going to go to loaded shotgun. Loaded shopping cart.
They say he passed all points of sale with the cart full of energy drinks that was valued at $500. Now, I looked up this particular location.
That's gotta be a shit ton of.
So currently, they got Red Bulls on sale 3 for $8, which means assuming it's a sale price, that is 188 Red Bulls.
Realistically,
It's not even that many.
Realistically, he's stealing the like 12 packs or the 20 packs of them.
Yeah.
And those are never discounted ever.
Yeah, and I looked that up too. So even at full price, that's still like 143 Red Bulls. That's still one short of the gross.
I feel like that's just not that many for that amount of money.
For $500, yeah.
The police activated their lights to intercept the suspect and arrest him on suspicion of theft and active warrants. Simpson got in his car and took off, nearly crashing into a police officer.
It gives me wings.
And a sedan. Entering the parking lot, the statement read. He then led police on a pursuit onto Highway 364,
God.
reaching speeds of 120 miles per hour.
He was like, I'm doubling down.
I don't even.
I'm in too deep.
Thelma and Louising himself with a bunch of fucking.
Over. It's a Red Bull.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not familiar with the local laws there, but I feel like this is not a felony amount of theft.
No.
Yeah, it's not a felony.
I think
Okay.
a factory amount of Red Bull is not a felony. A felony
Can I
amount
just
of theft.
say, if the infraction is so slight like that, and then they take off in their car, just fucking let them fucking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Does
why-
it count as like public
why are
endangerment
we-
at this
yeah,
point?
Like,
Well,
like
the story starts with the cops being like, "Yeah, we know this guy. We know where he steals from."
This
It's
is
like just
this
better
happens
luck
in a
next
town
time.
so small. Their grocery store is called Schnucks.
Yeah.
This is
you
like
guys have never heard of Schnucks?
This
That's
is
a big
the
Midwest.
This is the
Schnucks?
biggest case these people have had all week.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I'm saying in LA though, even anywhere, if I like, they pulled me over for my fucking, let's say, which is true that my tail light is out, and I just like took off. They're like, shit, let's pursue this
that
bitch
becomes
and
a
shoot
felony.
me. And
Yeah.
it's like, but like, just chill, just like chill, daddy, like just like let me go.
I mean, this man to have that big of an obsession with Red Bull, you got to be like toasted.
He's
death rock.
flipping. He's flipping them to bars or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
part of a
Yeah,
grand
that's a
scheme.
good business.
he is.
It's all profit.
I'm always flipping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You've been selling me hot bulls.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think.
Bulls always went.
I don't need this heat right now.
Bulls always went first.
Some bars charge like $6, $7 for a Red Bull.
That's true.
So I bet they normally pay like $3 or $4 for them because they're not that cheap.
So he's going 120 miles per hour, and it does say that he weaved in and out of traffic and drove on the shoulder of the highway. And it doesn't say what kind of car he was driving, whether or not it was a Dodge Treachery or whatever. But
Dodge Treachery.
you know,
Imagine like your family member getting killed in this chase, and they're like, "What was it about?"
and we could still hear on the radio after the car crash coming out the stereo. Yeah. All I was thinking is, especially when I got to look at the mugshot, this is the most click, click, boom individual I've ever seen.
This is a fucking
This is a turtle, man.
This is a tweaker junkie especial right here.
How old is he? He looks young.
33.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
He looks good for
Yeah,
his
he really does.
He's on it. Honestly, that Red Bull's keeping him young.
He's
He
on
looks
the
good
right
as
type
hell.
of dope for sure.
Is he getting Botox? What's happening? So
2 days after not having
I mean-
a Red Bull, like his entire features start to sag.
He is pale as a sheet of paper, but other than that,
I mean, he
his
looks-
facial structure looks
no,
fine.
he looks
Yeah.
so young.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is the secret?
Red Bull,
and meth
obviously.
and playing video games
Meth
for
and
31
video.
hours.
Yeah, staying inside, out of the sun.
Yeah, never being in the sun, definitely, until it's time to steal Red Bull.
Click, click, boom.
down with the new
So at the intersection of Highway 364 and Motherhead Road, weird,
Absolutely.
St. Louis, police say Simpson lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a concrete barrier. He then refused to get out of the vehicle, which I love that. Just, no, I didn't do it. Until police fired pepper
when he
balls at
rolls
him.
down the window, like 3 cans of Red Bull fall out.
I think he's still testing Carly's theory that you can just ignore the police, and
No,
eventually
yeah,
they should go away.
They should just go.
Yeah.
They should give up. They should just
There's literally so much other
mosey
shit going on.
They fired pepper balls at him, and then he surrendered after that.
Pepper balls?
Yeah, it's like a grenade, but it's filled with mace.
It's like paintballs
Yeah.
that are filled with mace.
Yeah.
So then you get to hurt them twice. you
I
know?
think
Hit 'em with a paintball.
it's actually those are an appetizer at Olive Garden.
Pepper balls. I'm always getting the pepper balls
Yeah,
and chilies in my triple dipper.
McCormick's makes it. You get it from the grocery store. You grind it. You know, pepper balls.
Thank you,
Pepper
pepper
balls
ball boy. This is the perfect amount of pepper balls.
and the garlic dong.
The police just be inventing weapons. Just
In this town, yeah. I mean, look what they have to deal with, for heaven's
I
sakes.
know.
Chronic Red Bull thief.
That must have been so many complaints about
Yeah.
no Red Bull.
That's my thing, is like, who's narking this guy out, man?
Who cares?
The stores,
Like,
yeah.
of course. He's stealing
Yeah.
like $500
Yeah,
worth of
inventory,
products.
yeah.
I don't
Someone's gonna
care. If I
care.
worked at a store and someone just
Let him have it.
so I went to this is I was at Ralph's and I was in the self check, which like I'm notoriously like I skim off the top. I'm
Yeah,
not
it takes
gonna
the-
lie.
it takes the cream
like
off
if
the
you're
top.
gonna make me check out myself, I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna-
Everything's a banana.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm a bad
But-
rule follower. I'm like, what are you doing?
He hates it. He's like,
We're gonna be exposed.
but I was standing next
That's a
to
sponge cake.
full disclosure, I had butt wipes. I had Cottonelle butt wipes, and I couldn't find the barcode. And normally I would just boop in my bag, but this woman was like standing next to me, and I like who worked there, and I was like, I can't find the barcode. She's like, well, that comes in a pack of 2. You have to go like find. Yeah, and I'm like, why do you care? Just let me have it. Just let me fucking what? They're not paying you enough to not give me these butt wipes.
Just be a citizen. Don't be a servant of a soulless corporation right now.
Jeff Bezos doesn't care about.
The job market sucks so bad right now that somebody's like, I have to keep this self checkout like
know.
overseer job.
Yeah.
Carter's he'll charge himself for the bags.
What?
I swear to God, he was like, it's like,
Okay,
how many
that's why.
bags have you used? And
I'm just like, look, this half asleep man with a gun is going to blow my brains out unless I do
this
it.
half-asleep man with a pepper ball gun
Yeah.
is going to absolutely.
It's the same guy who's in front of every weed store I've ever been to.
My shirt's ruined and I can't breathe. Oh, no.
Maybe Carly's just cheap and she's like the 30 cents. Fuck that.
I know. I really am. You're gonna trust me to tell you how many bags I've used and charge myself?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck no.
0
Absolutely
every
not.
time.
Yeah.
0, and I'll walk right up to him and be like, can I get a bag?
Yeah, no, all day. All day.
Yeah.
I'm like
Sweet-
holding the
sweet-
receipt.
Sweet Carter. Sweet Carter.
I'm like holding the receipt to them. Like, see?
I can prove it to you.
it's just receipt paper where
What?
I've written one grocery.
The last time they tried to do that to me, I just walked past them. I said no and just walked past
When they
them.
asked for your
Yeah,
receipt?
what are they going to
Yeah,
do?
it was at Walmart, and I literally
Oh, they
had.
like to check that
I had
at Walmart.
I had so much shit in my hands, I couldn't put it
Yeah.
down, and I literally looked at her and said no.
No,
and,
I can't do this.
scoffed
But,
at scoffed at her, and then she looked at me like, oh, okay, that's semi reasonable in this
forget
situation.
it. Yeah.
Isn't it like you can make out with under $50 worth of shit from Walmart and they can't even chase you out the store?
Well, they're not supposed to chase you anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, they'll get your information
They want
if they
you to-
can.
My-
I want to be fucking
the
chased.
thing about
I
if
want to
it-
be chased.
Okay,
I love the thrill of the
I just
chase.
want to say this to anyone who does steal from self checkout: never pay with your card when you do
Yeah,
that.
obviously.
Because
Got it on
then,
camera.
because they literally do, they will let you steal a certain amount of stuff and build this case against you. So then the
Great.
charges will
I can't
stick.
wait for them to bite me in the ass.
We'll just start paying in cash. They don't fucking know.
That's true.
Yeah.
They can't prove shit if there's no digital trail.
I'm gonna get sued by Amazon. This is where this is going.
No, you're gonna get arrested by Amazon. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't want to
that's
pay
how-
30 cents? Well, enjoy your slave labor
That-
job for the rest of your
That's
life."
how I end up on one of those high speed chases.
Never catch me, Bezos.
Yeah, and I'm up to my ears in bags back home.
Rivers, the amount of toilet paper you have in there makes me feel safe.
Yeah, oh, so-
It brings me a sense of.
I'll tell you what I
safety.
see. I get the highest premium quality,
Oh, I felt it.
but I have the most money in the summer. So when I have the money, I stockpile. So when I'm kind of more
Nice.
broke in February, March, I'm
It's
covered.
just nice.
So you
Yeah.
buy toilet paper for 8 months.
Basically, yeah.
I'm
Oh
just-
my
I felt like I could sit in there and I would be good. I would
Yeah.
be good.
Endless business. is what we
Endless
call it.
business. Half the time I'm having explosive diarrhea because I'm stressed. I'm stressed about my lack of paper.
Yeah, see, I'm never stressed. Yeah. Ironically, I need less toilet paper because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean. Anyway,
Anywho,
what you been up to this week, Sam?
What
Anything
have I
fun?
been up to this week? I streamed with you.
Yeah.
We rode the world's shortest railroad
where's
twice.
that?
The Angel's Flight downtown.
Oh, is that the short? Really, is that the shortest railroad?
That's what they call it, the world's shortest railway. Yeah, I've never been.
Me and Rivers saw ice skating. They have an ice skating rink
I
downtown.
want to go there.
Oh, I think I passed by
Uh-huh.
that. Or they have some rinks around town.
Yeah, well,
Uh-huh.
by what Carly just said, it seems like you're about to go.
Oh, I want to go. Yeah. I wanna go.
Sure, yeah.
Can you imagine Carter ice skating? Because I can't.
I mean,
I can't even. Well, that was the thing. Sam was like, "Do you want to do it?" I was like, "I can't fucking roller skate."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was gonna be like a pipeline from us putting on skates to us falling down and hurting ourselves.
Yeah.
a direct
Well,
pipeline.
the funniest thing was they had these things called skate buddies or skate helpers, and they were just these
Penguins.
They were penguins that kids hold on
yeah,
to.
It's like a
Yeah, it's
walker.
adorable.
A walker.
Yeah, it's a yeah. I've
I got to
seen
be
those.
honest. The thought of you two ice skating together
Oh,
is
it was
truly making me feel insane.
YouTube.com/thegoods.
It was a date night. We went out and we were being made.
date
We were being made fun of by the end because we went downtown.
We did
went
half
to
the
Grand
shit in the
Central
La La Land
Market,
montage.
You guys had a
That's
nice
lovely.
time.
and then we rode
La
the
La
train.
Land?
You guys float around the Griffith Observatory chasing each other.
No, there's no cell reception up there, but
yeah.
the rest of it, everything short of the
I'm glad
Dodger
you
game.
guys had a nice night.
Oh yeah,
So sweet.
We always have a nice night at YouTube.com.
Oh.
The Goods Pod.
My friend and friend of the show, Justin Morales, he helps at the New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh yeah,
company.
fuck yeah,
And there was a student show, and I went and watched that, and it was fun.
dude. Hell yeah, I'm sad I missed that.
There's this one lady who comes to there's this one wrestler, and I think it's her mom or aunt or something, and she comes to every show, and frequently there's parts of wrestling where no one's really yelling or clapping because they're kind of between what's happening in the match or whatever.
Yeah.
And the whole time she just fucking screams at the top of her lungs to the point where people are watching her more than the match.
Yeah.
at some point.
Psycho.
You know?
Absolute antisocial psycho.
But no, it's one of their family members who's so
Yeah,
supportive.
Sorry,
and,
Justin.
and maybe she is psycho, but she's trying her hardest, and it did make it more fun. It's fun whenever someone's going like so crazy at fake fighting
Oh
Right.
yeah,
that you question their sanity. That is fun.
that was always my favorite. Going to championship wrestling from Hollywood and Port Hueneme up in Ventura County. There would be front row this like older Mexican dude, long black ponytail, like straight out of Central Casting, kind of scary looking guy, and then the most adorable child you've ever seen. And they hated this tag team called the Pack 3, and they would come out and just father and son would both just be like, "Fuck you!" Like,
Actually-
screaming at him. Oh, it was adorable.
I take it back. Getting crowd participation in pro wrestling is like so needed.
Oh, it's part of
Yeah,
it.
they won it. They
Yeah,
won
it is like if you just sit there and like
Yeah, what if it was just
respectfully
quiet-
watch it
quiet?
quietly.
They literally try to get you to yell and clap if that's happening.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
wrestler will start stomping and
Yeah.
clapping in the ring.
Right.
Like, you know, it's the same thing as being like, everyone put your hands together.
Yeah.
The
An
wrestling.
opener.
But sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I also saw Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 for the first time. I know some people that like have a regular yearly watching of it.
Okay.
Whoa.
So I saw it for the first time.
Wow.
And
You've been
They should
indoctrinated
show
into
that
the
at, like the Hollywood Bowl.
with the LA Philharmonic.
And so I saw that. They've seen it so many times that like the idea of figuring out the logic of stuff behind everything or the reasoning drives them crazy
Yeah.
because you really wish there was logic or reason in a movie, you know.
Did you see one?
No, I've never seen one.
Wow, you gotta go back.
But no, apparently, according to them, it has nothing to do with the first one. Other than Paul Blart and his daughter are in it. So
Sweet.
It goes past like sheer cash grab to like absurdist art kind of.
Yeah.
well, apparently, it's Happy Madison's like highest grossing film.
What?
ever.
Whoa.
Are you kidding me?
God damn.
They told me that. And,
Jesus.
it's just a movie for kids.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure,
at the
yeah.
end of it, all I could think was like, if you were an adult and you expected this to be an actual movie, you would be very disappointed.
Sure.
Very, very disappointed. But if you're a dumbass 11-year-old whose the parents are just like, just watch anything on Netflix.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
shut up.
Let me go
Perfect.
smoke behind the
Yeah,
house.
it's perfect for that.
I'm gonna follow your lead on Blart.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling about
Check it
Blart.
out.
No,
Watch
it's not long enough that it's painful.
Yeah,
But
I feel like I could put that on in the background.
oh yeah, it's a great second screen type thing.
I want to put that on and then have people find me after having killed myself. Just
Like,
Paul
damn,
Blart
I
too.
guess that movie was pretty bad, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
I went to the mall,
Which mall?
the South Pavilion Mall,
Where's that?
wherever the New Japan Pro Wrestling thing is. It's like fucking
South Pavilion.
It's almost like Long Beach
Oh
area.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like a dead/dying mall. It's
Those
very
are kind
interesting.
Of weird. It was cool.
It was.
To be in.
There is
Yeah.
black Israelites in there.
Wait, in the dead mall?
Yeah, that's how dead it is. They can just post up and pray, and you know.
Were they like?
Wow.
They weren't yelling.
They weren't yelling.
But
Okay.
it did seem like they might be approaching people to talk about it.
Okay.
Not me, of course, but
hey, excuse me. Whitey's the devil.
yeah, they would.
allowed to yell.
Yeah, they don't want to interact with me just because it's part of their religion to not like white people.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in America, we
Fair
respect
enough.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're
Justified.
just trying to get to this GameStop, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, there's
Wait,
so-
what were you going for at the mall? What
There's
did we
Killing
need?
time.
there's a Ross dressed for less.
There you go.
A gift was needed for someone's birthday.
Did we
Okay.
peruse the food court?
The food court was a sad state of affairs. There's a
Charlie Subs, maybe?
Mrs. Fields cookies.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
A hot dog on a stick.
It's just a hot box with the gas station
Okay.
cookies. Just
No Sabaros?
Love
There's no
Sbarro.
Sapporo's. There's a Philly cheesesteak
Yeah,
restaurant.
sure.
Sure, sure.
I think there's a Wetzel's Pretzels.
Uh-huh.
Sounds so bad.
I mean, no, but like I'm getting to
make it work.
I'm getting to the end of the list.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was just like weird. Lots of stores that were closed.
Not one weirdly nice Books A Million or whatever.
Literally, there's a store that was closed. The gate was down, but it had a sign on it that was like, "Call this number if you want to buy something." like they would go show up to unlock the store. That you couldn't even look at what was in it because the gate was closed.
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah, there's
Dick's
nothing
Sporting Goods in Glendale.
Oh,
I-
dire.
I needed to go.
Had dicks.
I went to fucking Dick's. I went to Dick's. I needed softball socks because I'm a closeted lesbian because
SUV driving, softball
I want
playing.
a Dodge Insurrection to my softball game.
Yeah,
Right.
I needed socks. There's a wall. First of all, you walk in there, it's like empty. Like nothing is fucking going. There is like very little product and like one person inside.
They got the shoes. That's it.
And I was like, okay, I gotta go to Dick's, and there's like a wall of socks, and it's like there's a wall of socks. Like
Gotta have dicks. You know?
Gotta go to Dick's. Gotta suck dicks. But
I'm
like,
late for dicks.
I went and I was like, I need like the. Can you? It was like a wall, so it was like tall, and I was like, I need like. Perhaps the sock. I couldn't find the sock I needed, and I was like, perhaps it's up there. And I got the guy, and he comes over, and he's fucking frazzled. This man's like, what do you need? And I was like, oh, sorry. Can I just get a sock from like all the way up there? And he was like, whoo, okay. Can you just like give me a minute?
So
and like,
you want help?
And he was like, I was like, don't you have like one of those sticks that you could just like get? And he was so like, he was like, oh, you know what? I'll be back in a little bit. And I was just like, I am going to go on Amazon.
God.
This is insane.
Dude,
Like,
working at a dying business rules because you are not
yeah.
expected to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
You're
yeah.
like, I'm here to keep the lights on, and I don't know anything about anything that we have left.
I don't know why they have these in person anymore. Like, there's just no. I feel sad saying that because I like. I like to go in. I want to.
You love dicks,
I love this. I want to go touch a softball glove or some shit.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
but like, there's no. I can confidently say there's no point.
Dick's is weird because it's a huge store and you do go in there and
Yeah.
it's empty.
Yeah.
But then you think about it, it's like, why would there be a rush at Dick's Sporting Goods?
Everyone's coming in.
Well, I think in other places they sell guns and ammo at Dick's.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah, they have like sport, like crossbows.
yeah, like not in the California
It's a
ones.
one-stop shop mass shooter emporium too. Yeah. It's like Walmart.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
also get a box of Cheez-Its.
What have you guys been up to this week? Anything fun?
Him saying that, or talking about dicks and what have you, reminds me of I went to a Best Buy recently. And, whatever,
those are
like,
sad.
well, I don't know because whatever the feeling that they want to achieve out of it still works on me because I'm like, I could maybe get some speakers if I work hard, if I save my money, maybe I can get some.
$5,000
It's
speakers.
$5,000 speakers.
Everything in there is fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, and it's just like all the employees are kind of like pooled into one area, and they're all talking to each other, and like, who's this fucking outsider? And like, I'll go in there and like, I need something very specific, and they're like, well, you know the deal, right? You find me online and you give me a good review, you fuck.
Yeah.
Don't you ever come in here again? But
We
yeah,
were talking about liking. Like I'm like, oh, I could test out this video game that I'm never going to buy or
Sure.
play. But they have a washer and dryer. Like
Yeah.
what?
you can use a VR headset in a Best Buy. Immediately use porn.
Yeah, you put on a Best Buy fucking headset and you're like, okay, now I have fucking pink eye.
Yeah, someone with conjunctivitis just wearing it.
Last time I was not the last time, but one of the last times I was in a Best Buy, I knew it was fucked because they had like the cell phone area and no one had even tried to steal a phone, but the alarm just wouldn't stop going off.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to turn it off and it wouldn't. You walk by the TVs, like some of the display models are just fucking broken.
That was happening at this one, and the guy in front who was supposed to like check on, he's like, just go, it's fine, just go, the shit's broken. But like, yeah, and also I realized as I was buying it that I still have a membership with them, and they're like, Carter, and I was like, seems like we remain old friends, Best Buy. You haven't forgotten about me.
Haven't heard that name.
Carter, I haven't heard that name in many moons.
Speaking of speakers, I had these two gigantic 15-inch speakers that I bought for Yellowhammered probably 10 years ago. Never use them. Put them up on Facebook Market and actually made money on them
That's
versus
great.
what I paid for them. But Carter, you'll recall the tour company that we worked for at the very end, right before COVID, the company moved down to the basement of a Vons in Van Nuys at the corner of Stabby and Shooty.
Yeah.
And
I remember it used to be like, great place to take a dump.
no, I still got the keys.
They would have like midnight mass in there.
That's what I was going to say. Guess who bought the speaker? The sweaty ass cult leader, all night Espanol evangelical guy.
Nice.
He came to I clicked, because in Facebook Market, you can like click and see the guy. And I was like, and I saw his picture and I saw the unmistakable background with like the cutout letters that said the name of the church. And I was like, you got to be fucking shitting me.
Dude.
Carter took me down there once. to fuck. No, but like
It was a date night.
I've never experienced this where like you go somewhere and you're like just like in awe that something like this exists.
Yes.
Like, it was like it's like there's
This is like the floor
was
and
like-
being John Malkovich.
it was like
So it's like between the two, between, you know.
9 p.m. and there's like children running around.
Yes.
Full church in
Yeah.
the basement of Van Nuys, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
The craziest shit they used to do. They used to run, and I don't know why they need more speakers because they demonstrably had them. They would run a speaker out to the parking lot so the bums in the parking lot could hear the fucking mass. But
That's nice.
But I would have to like fight the sound waves to get in the building because it was so goddamn loud. I'm just like trying to return a key.
You're trying to keep
You know
them
what?
away.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
No, they're trying to preach the good word,
They're
brother.
trying to get it
I
across.
remember eating at the Yoshinoya across the street from Shooty's Tabby tourist location. I was just like, man, so this is life in LA.
That's how it goes.
This is how it goes.
Beef noodles.
Oh, that place is so bad.
I've never
Dude,
been.
they had like a
Never
bank
went.
vault. They had a
I-
bank vault lock on the bathroom. Like,
Oh, it was
no one
crazy.
goes in there.
But yeah, so like the church was always going, and there was one guy doing it all the time, and he was like a big, square shaped fella that was always real sweaty. That's the guy who bought my 2 gigantic speakers.
Wow.
Of course you made money because I don't know if you've ever bought something on Facebook Marketplace, but people are delusional on there. Like, not
yeah.
you are. Not you, but like, I'm not going to buy your IKEA table for $400
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you bought for $400 6 years ago. Like,
Right,
What are
right.
you doing?
Yeah.
I will lowball this shit. I'll message someone, this truly, they were selling a table for $500 and I just messaged them and I said, I'll give you $150.
Yeah, and I'll be there today.
Yeah.
If you're just
Yeah.
like, I'll take it off your hands right now.
Come
Oh yeah,
on,
that
dude.
preacher guy was aggressive too. He was just like, "Just sell it to me. I will be there tonight." Like,
I remember
he
like
came.
going in there and
I
there
need
was
to
like
keep the homeless out of the street.
yeah, I need more of I need a Grateful Dead-esque
Yeah.
wall
Dude.
of sound in front of this Vons.
I remember when me and you, Carly, went in there, and it, it's like fucking like 300 feet into the Earth's core
Yeah.
to get
Yeah,
there.
there's
Yeah.
no service. It's
There's no
alarming.
service.
Nope.
The lights are flickering.
Yes.
There's like that crazy mass, and then
It's
there's a
the
call center, and
It's
then
like Saw.
it's like Saw, and then there's like a fridge that was filled with Diet Coke. You're like, can I take one? I was like, you can take anything you want here. Like, this is apocalyptic.
Do what you want.
Ain't
My
no
life.
Yeah, ain't no God under this
It's like, I'm
Vons.
so happy you have a job, babe.
Yeah. I got a working man.
I just remember right before COVID pushing the button in the elevator opening and like the biggest gang tag I've ever seen was just
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
like
God.
spray painted in the elevator.
Yeah.
in what is supposed to be a 24/7 locked door, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, the Crips moved in finally.
Convenient.
We're coworkers."
Convenient distance to a Boston market.
Oh, yeah, damn.
Carter knows everywhere in LA by the fast food places.
I do. I know where the chains are.
Yeah. That's a good
Is
skill.
anyone going to ask me about my week?
You're next up. What you been up to?
No, nothing.
Dealing with this dumbass right here.
I know, living with Carter. No, my Versa did break down in Costa Mesa.
Oh, that was last week
yeah.
too.
We were
Oh,
recording when that happened.
Yeah.
It was the last Tuesday, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like,
damn.
and you had to post up at like
I
this.
posted up at an elevated Mexican restaurant in
Wait.
Costa Mesa.
How elevated?
I would say slightly elevated.
Is that like what does that mean?
What?
What an elevated mech? What does that mean?
Or like it was just like a nicer, I was happy.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was like at the top of a
Yeah.
tower or
Oh.
something. I was like,
yeah. It
I
was
took
like,
it very literal as well.
yeah.
no, it's like a like
Rapunzel's up there and
No,
a
shit.
chain, but it's
I'm
Mexican food, but it's like a
sounding
PF Chang's.
snobby.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Fancy.
So it was a Baja Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it was my car doesn't have a transmission.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
And
She finally
just wanted
took a
to come
shit.
onto the podcast and talk about it. I just wanted to go here.
Let's have Versa talk. Let's do it.
Let's get in that Versa talk. Every mechanic I go to is like, I went to this guy and he was like, you know what your problem is?
It's a Versa.
He was like, it's a Nissan.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, fuck me. I don't know what to do about that. But yeah, no, I mean, that's been plaguing me.
yeah.
That's a problem.
We've been sharing a
I've
vehicle.
been sharing Carter's Honda Civic.
All right.
It has its abilities.
It's a premium. It's a luxury automobile. It's a nice.
Very low to the ground.
Oh yeah,
Very low to the
a
ground.
lot of horsepower.
A lot
torque.
of horsepower.
A lot of torque.
Low to the ground.
I'm also like reminded of how much I hate like I called the Toyota of Hollywood because I'm a fucking idiot giving them my number, and how like those salespeople are just so like they are like hawks, like they're like Carly, it's Jamie, and leaving me messages every day, and I'm like, oh my god, like, it's Jamie from Toyota of Hollywood.
It's been ages.
Nissan just like yesterday sent me a piece of junk mail that had a fake debit card in it that just said $1,500.
I should have sued like for lemon law while I could have done that because I probably could have done that.
Yeah.
But
This has been Versa Talk.
it's good. This has been good. I hope
Yeah.
everyone listening takes their
You guys should start a Nissan Versa podcast called Vice Versa. That's just the end of that.
I like it. I hate it.
It keeps me on my toes.
I do listen to a radio. Rivers, you might know this radio show. It's syndicated.
Is it Click and Clack? the NPR car show?
No, I listen to
Car Talk?
Yes, yes. Is that it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I listen to it through like the CBS AM.
Oh,
radio.
you're not joking.
No. Oh no.
Oh, Car Talk. Yeah, Click and
I
Clack.
listen to Car Talk. Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
As I said, I'm a
Car girly.
Dodge car girl. I'm a Dodge
Yeah.
insurrection,
Yeah.
softball playing, AM radio listening. I might be into QAnon if if you really thought about the line of things that I enjoy, it would really like
All paths lead to Q.
Yeah.
conspiracy theories.
I got a little story here. This actually dates back to 2018, but I just found out about it. And, sometimes you find a new, where you're like, well, you're my favorite. Found a new one of those. This is Frank Chung writing for news.co.au out of Australia, Alex Dunham writing for The Local, and Ignacio Zafra writing for El País out of Spain. So, for 10 years, Carlos Recio, head of Valencia's proceeding archive in Spain, would go to his place of work every morning at 7:30. He would clock in using the fingerprint scanner and then immediately turn around and go home. Only to return to the office at 3:30 and clock back out.
Nice.
For 10 years he did this.
up.
Genius.
Wait, what was it? What was his job again?
So he worked for the Valencia's Proceedings Archive. So legal department, basically a room full of legal papers that he was supposed to, I guess, organize from time
He was
to
supposed
time.
to blindfold himself and take them from point A to B and then find it.
That sounds
is
boring.
literally-
I can see why that doesn't need to be done.
It is literally like
Doesn't need it.
no, straight up. It's like a THX 1138 job where you're just like you are an on-off node in a human motherboard.
If I realized I got away with that for one day, I'd be like, fuck. I just like,
I did
that would
that.
be it. Like,
One day I worked for a place and I called out sick and then they paid me. Like I got a notification that they paid me and then I tried to do it again the next day and it did not work.
Nah.
I was going to try to do it as many days in a row as I could.
So this is his quote. "I've been working like a dog," he told Spanish TV channel La Sexta when his chronic absenteeism came to light.
Got to double down. It's like, I've been faking it this long.
This guy fucking rules. Next quote. "I have only done what they asked me to do. Working like a dog so others can reap the rewards of my work.
Righteous indignation is the way to go.
yes.
I do documentation work out of the office."
Okay.
According to
I have
Recio,
papers, very important papers. My business papers that I use. And I mark them with a stamp.
So according to Recio, he carried out all of his work duties out of the office, handling legal proceedings and advising politicians. Quote, "I do the work of a slave."
And I work for kings
I like this.
with my papers.
He's like a socialist.
I love
I
him.
like this guy.
He says, "Working like a slave means I do work that others get the fruit of my labor.
Yeah, he's a socialist.
No one
and no one gives a shit.
no one can show me a photograph where I'm in the cafeteria. I'm a man of action."
Oh, I love this.
This is the fucking best because they've like obviously like if they're bringing a case against you, like they've got you. But he's just like, "No, I am the hardest worker."
You too have reaped the benefits of my work. And
Also, he was
papers.
never just like, should I just like ask to work from home? Like,
Well, this is
dealt with.
this is pre-COVID, so like now you read this and it's kind of insane because I'm sure this job is all people working at home now. But in 2018. The article says, however, there is not a single record of the bibliographical reports on the proceedings as head of the division he would have to hand in on a regular basis to Valencia's counsel. So he is like the head of this department and was still able to do this.
Right.
But nobody ever found any record of him doing any work. He later claimed that he was the victim of harassment at work as his reason for not, quote unquote, working from the office. And the so-called job that Recio...
They would make fun of me. They'd call me work boy.
They'd say you work too much.
And he'd say, hey, we all went to the bar this weekend. We knew you couldn't come because you were working.
They paid him 50,000 euro a year, which is just, a hair under 50,000 American dollars a year. Yeah. So
It's a good
Go
scam.
off, King.
I was gonna
Hell
say, go
yeah.
off, dude.
So more than a year and a half after his colleagues raised the alarm, so he must have done something to piss him off if they
Well,
snitched
yeah,
on
he's
him.
the
Yeah.
shittiest boss in the world. What do you mean?
Where is he? He's
Hey,
not here. He's
Carlos.
never fucking
Hey,
here.
you know those papers you keep talking about? I actually do need one of them. What? My papers? Don't worry about my papers. I stamped them with official stamps.
Oh, look, it's 7:10. I gotta go.
Filing cabinets filled with papers.
So a year and a half after his colleagues raised the alarm, state authorities abandoned an attempt to prosecute him after deciding that his actions did not constitute a crime.
Of course not, because they should have been on his ass about this.
But instead, an administrative tribunal in Valencia this week banned Mr. Recio from holding public posts for 9 years. So ironically, they said, you can't work.
Yeah.
After not working for 10 years, they're like, hey, you can't do that
You
again.
also still can't work.
yeah.
Should have saved your money, dog.
They found there was no evidence that he had performed any of the jobs that he claimed and that he had not even logged into the corporate network since 2012 from his or any other computer.
How
That
long?
is on them.
How
That is
long
on- at that point, that is your fault.
How long
Yeah,
did
for
he
sure.
work for this place before he became the boss?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because I feel
Yeah.
like he, from the ground up, was like, saw how this could be done, got into that position, and just started doing it.
I mean, most people who's like have an administrative job, it's their job to like come up with like excuses that makes them seem like they're busy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, this guy's a middle manager to the core.
Yeah.
His job isn't actually important. He can clearly not do it. And
Yeah.
no one notices.
and the company will stay afloat for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tribunal also found no evidence for his claims that he had told superiors he didn't have a desk following an office relocation or that he'd been assigned an external project to create, quote, an inclusive art center.
Much
So-
needed.
When I was younger, I had, there was a woman who looked after a bunch of kids. Her name was Emily Nixon, and all the kids were older. I was the youngest kid, and I just remember they all had homework, and I was jealous, so I made up that I had homework to draw an airplane, and that's what this is. It's like,
I was supposed to be making an art center.
I was supposed to be making an inclusive art center. The tribunal found him guilty of clearly intending not to go to work and carry out his work duties for a continued period of time for which he received 2 separate penalties. It hasn't been disclosed whether Recio was ordered to pay any of his salary back. So now, what has he been up to for the last 10 years?
Chilling.
Sure.
Fucking chilling.
So in his free time, Mr. Recio, in addition to writing poetry and plays,
In his scant free time.
he was making a name for himself as an erotic comic book artist.
Shut up.
And the creator of a character named Fayarela, a superheroine with gigantic boobs who hurls flaming Valencia oranges at her foes.
Okay, so he's been brilliant for the
He's
last
straight up.
decade.
And it's very, if you remember the film Heavy Metal, lots of shades of heavy metal going on with Fayarela.
Sure,
she's
sure.
so hot.
Going on?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
He
I
got
just,
abs too.
she's got crazy
Really
abs,
big thighs.
nice thighs,
Wow.
Valencia orange on
And a big,
fire.
a big like
Well, this
orange
could have
gargoyle
been
man
really
behind
good
her.
at the Inclusive Art Center. Has anyone even thought about that?
This book, I guess, is called La Furia del Despertar, which means the fury of awakening. So it also emerged that since 2005, Mr. Recio had been running a male brothel
Shut up.
inside the home that he once shared with his ex-wife.
Whoa.
That's way before the job.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right.
He's been running this brothel. This was his passion project.
what's about to happen here kind of leads me to wonder how he got this do-nothing job and why nothing was done about it, because at one point during the legal proceedings against him, he threatened to reveal the identities of his clients at the male brothel, warning that there may have been cameras inside and graphic information that could compromise many politicians.
He's throwing Diddy parties.
Straight up. Yeah.
And this company attended many of these.
It's the government. It's the Valencia government that he works for. He's in their archives. And so I think he
just
had
hooked him up with a do-nothing job.
He had dirt on some politician who was like, all right, man, here, you can...
said politician dies, and then they're like, by the way, you haven't been doing anything for 10 years.
That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened. They're like, hey, you can draw your freaky comics. You can do your whole thing. We'll pay you $50,000 a year to not tell my wife that I was here.
Not a bad deal, really. Just
I mean,
so he gets fired. And then at this point, Recio begins a high-profile campaign to clear his name. Always a good idea. And his strategy for clearing his name was he used a fake name to attempt to lock down a council venue for an art exhibit titled Love for Valencia, the works of a man who never worked. That's right. It's an art opening. He's saving the rec center folks with the power of art.
hey, look, it's tough to pursue your actual passion in the midst of having a soul-sucking 9 to 5.
With 4 floors of works, including paintings, sculptures, and even a bronze
4 floors. Wow.
4 floors
I
of
guess in a decade,
10 years.
You should have 4 floors worth of art.
Totally. He also has an
Think
iron.
about how many horny nerds he's made happy with this.
Oh yeah, all over Spain.
I find no problem with this man, other than maybe the male brothel part.
I don't even.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Why isn't he drawing gay
You run a
comics?
stable of
is my
gigolos.
question.
Stable
I mean, they already probably had a lot of female brothels in town, so he's just universe hates a vacuum.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he knew a
saying
bunch of
why
hot
is-
guys who were down to
How-
fuck.
He should be drawing dongs and assholes, not boobs.
Well,
You draw what you know.
that's the thing.
You know what they say? Draw
what you know. Every time he'd close his eyes, he'd see boobies and gargoyles, and he had to jump out of bed to draw that in a fit of
Gargoyle
inspiration.
boobies.
Gargoyle boobies.
So there was even.
I support this guy in his
I do
endeavors.
too. I fully support this guy.
Oh man,
Would you work at a male brothel?
a male brothel. If someone was
At
like
what position?
as a gigolo.
As the front desk guy.
Yeah, if I was like the fluffer, like cum mopper up guy, then no. But
Yeah.
if he was like, you're hot enough to be a gigolo, I'd be like, me? Like I would be
I
bashful
could be
for
at the
sure.
brothel.
So he's got 4 floors of art, and included there was also a bronze bust of himself. Fuck yeah.
Of course, yeah.
This guy really exudes confidence, and I
He
appreciate
gamed
it.
the system. He figured it out.
He described himself in the program for the art exhibit as, quote, the most slandered writer in modern day Valencia.
As we can all take away from this and from like the latest Matt Gaetz debacle.
Yeah.
All you got to do is catch these politicians fucking sticking their dick where it doesn't belong, and then your life will be pretty good for the rest of your... I mean, you know,
Yeah. Just
hold it over their head.
I'm like one incident away from being like super wealthy.
Yeah.
One weird party away.
Yeah. You just got to get a couple of, $300 Venmo payments that say for your
Yes.
benefit.
For business papers.
Yeah. The city of Valencia canceled the show just before it was due to open after the council discovered that he had booked the venue using a fake name. So he had the whole thing ready to go, and then those assholes,
It's
they
like he's
slapped
really
it out of his
close
hands.
to doing things above board.
I know.
He did that art show. It's like, you just could have reserved the space.
Yeah.
Well, I think he thought, probably rightly, that after he stole $50,000 a year from them for 10 years, that they would be like, no. Permit not allowed.
Host this here.
Yeah, because he did work for the city. But anyway, that's my new favorite.
What's his name again?
His name is Carlos Recio.
That's Carter's alter ego.
Carlos Recio.
Gargoyle boobies.
The dragon booby lady.
I close my eyes. I see dragon tits.
Enough distractions. I shall draw the dragon booby lady and make my masterpiece.
Do little boys draw boob? And that's not. Wow, I'm not a pedophile. No.
Boobs, wieners,
I'm
butt
saying
cheeks.
once you discover as a young lad that you're into into boobies, and you could draw that. Like
You'd have to draw well, or it'd look like two circles.
And boys don't draw well.
Tracing
That's true.
paper.
Or a nutsack with nipples on them.
I mean, it's funnier. I think when you learn about sex stuff, it's funnier to draw dicks and easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that, I'm just saying, like as a young boy, to be like, I'm gonna draw a pair of titties. That's
I'm sure it's happened.
gonna get the job done.
I'm
you know?
sure
Yeah.
it's happened.
I was
That's how I
always,
signed my name. It's like signature and then a pair of boobs.
I always thought it was very funny on the wall at the green room of West Side Comedy Theater. Somebody drew a dick on the wall, but it was like hyper realistic. Like they had really taken the
The
time. And I was
shading
like,
and the vein.
straight up, and I was like, "That's hilarious," because it was unsettling. Like I didn't like it.
It is. They are unsettling.
It's hard to get a rise out of comedians, but people would always comment on, be like, well, "Who did that? Why is it that detailed?"
They probably stenciled it.
Newspaper man eating candy. Well, I had to be held down by big police. Someday everything is gonna be different when I pay my masterpiece. Hey!
Yo, we have time for just one more segment, and of course, this is our jam of the week. Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
What y'all know about Top Gun? What y'all know about Kenny Loggins?
Man.
What y'all know about Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis taking it to the fucking danger zone?
I haven't seen the OG Top Gun. I mean, I've seen Maverick a bunch, but I haven't seen the OG Top Gun in its entirety since I was renting it on tape.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm probably in the same boat. It was one of those that was always on TBS or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know that I've ever seen it like
In its entirety, yeah.
I have, but on TV, in a TV presentation. It was like, it took me.
It's not a great movie.
Hey, it moves, baby. It moves.
Yeah, it
you know?
moves.
Yeah,
It's definitely like boy movie for me. Like like my guy friend was like, "Here, sit down."
I have much to show you, to tell you the tale of
bored.
Goose and Iceman. Yeah, it was a bit like Shawshank for me. I never saw Shawshank front to back until like
Front to
COVID.
back Shawshank.
Yeah,
Ass to mouth
Gross.
Shawshank.
yeah.
Tit to tate Shawshank.
I'd seen it presented in a television format a million times, but
love
never like
Shawshank.
just
a good one.
watch the whole thing. But yeah, this is obviously the Top Gun soundtrack from 1986. Kenny Loggins, Highway to the Danger Zone, 179 million views, 54,076 comments, and yo, I read every goddamn last one of them.
Yeah.
So now let us dive down into the comment section. We're gonna-
The first one is just perfect.
Well, no,
can't
the
see
first
that.
two have a theme. Both Billy Day and Ali Ahmed. Ali Ahmed says, "I love driving drunk to this song," and Billy Day says, "I've driven drunk to this song more times than I can count."
It's like
Culturally, we need a reset. Fucking reset.
I just like the idea of someone driving drunk and then remembering to put the song. I was like, oh yeah, I'm driving drunk.
Oh,
I did
yeah,
say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like the comments on Eric Clapton's Cocaine.
Yes.
where a bunch
Yeah.
of people are like, "I listened to this on cocaine." It's like you don't have to literally.
You don't have to do what the song says.
Yeah,
PKL 2 years ago. Perfect song to play in two movies about fighter jets or a movie about motorcycle racing. In case you were wondering, I am working on a movie about motorcycle racing. With a song in it.
I was.
It's
Did a
manifested.
7-year-old write that?
The movie,
Fuck.
the movie,
I also have a book about movies and dragons.
the movie will be released in 2027 if World War III doesn't happen before then.
Ooh, a little political
gonna-
commentary.
Are you
at the
gonna
end.
give up just because a war breaks out?
Yeah.
Sounds like you don't want it that bad.
Well, also that's his way of being like, if it never comes out, that's why.
It's not my fault.
'Cause the world's
It's not my
going to
fault.
shit.
The movie's definitely real.
I am working on it.
TF Nate 10 years ago. This is the real music. Fuck Darude's Sandstorm. I hate that anyway.
What is the
This guy hasn't heard a song in fucking 20 years.
Also, Darude's Sandstorm was very old even
a
10 years ago.
banger.
Yeah, it is a
Fucking
banger, but
banger.
it's just funny that
You
you're
know
mad about it
Sandstorm.
now.
Apples and oranges. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Martin Keek 3 weeks ago. Kenny! Get the fuck out of this video. We only want to see the planes, man. I like
Only want to fuck planes. Jesus.
I like the music, but you look unspeakably ugly. I can't believe they allowed you into this video.
Is this a man who commented
Is
this or
Kenny
a
Loggins
woman?
alive?
Yeah, hell yeah. I saw him. I saw him out in the desert a few years ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, he puts on a hell of a show.
Is he ugly as fuck?
And he looks like Jesus. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that guy wants to fuck planes. So can't really-
Killing my boner, man. Get out of your own music video.
I just like the planes.
There's probably videos you can look up that are just planes.
Yeah, yeah. And just bring them up in the other
Probably
window.
can just get a plane window. up,
There's
yeah.
probably videos with this song that are just planes.
Oh man, I'm losing wood. I gotta watch a video of a fucking Cessna landing.
I'm going down, Kenny. It's your fault.
Fuck you, you ugly son of a bitch.
Ark Bennett 4 years ago. It's a good song, but I have a strong inherent dislike for it due to having to listen to my drunk dad blast it very loud on his speakers in the house at night
Fair.
when it's a school night and I'm trying to sleep.
Traumatic.
I was in middle school at this point.
Oh,
I like that how he still has to be like, it is a good song though.
It is good.
You don't have to.
It is good.
Yeah.
My body
So-
shakes when I hear it, but it's
Yeah,
good.
it's a trauma song.
Yeah.
Bring it down the mood in the comment section, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Here's one for you, Sam. Enzo 568 6 years ago. I have the need for weed.
Hell
yeah.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
Do you like when
Ditto.
anyone qualifies? So it's like, hey, you'll like this, Sam.
Yeah.
Get high.
I always
He's
do that.
not wrong. He's not wrong.
Do that every
I
time.
did like it.
This one you might like too. Aaron Danforth 5 years ago. Funny. When I was a child, Kenny played in Maine, and he got high on cannabis, and it sort of disrupted his concert a little.
Goodness.
He was in the danger zone on cannabis.
It's funny because cannabis has actually become the word in the industry
Oh,
for
yeah.
weed.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, I don't think that was the standard word at that point.
No.
Oh, in
hell
2019, we were fucking kids. There was no pandemic. Life was good.
no. Michael Jacobs 3 years ago. Hey, I didn't see the sequel trailer yet. Did they bring this chick back? I could give a fuck about that old freak. I was like, Jesus, man, why are you coming down on Kelly McGillis like that, man?
What's
crazy.
happening in the video?
It's just clips from the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's clips from the movie, and
montage? All
it's
right.
it's a montage, and then it's Kenny Loggins like on a bed, very much like the first scene of Apocalypse Now, just kind of like freaking out.
What I do like about old like movie soundtrack shit is that like the music video would be like the artist sort of like in a weird tangential like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
to the movie.
Oh
Yeah.
Seal singing in front of the bat signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is like Kenny Loggins, like learning how to fly a plane.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a great Bone Thugs and Harmony Batman song where they are in Gotham City.
Ooh, for the video.
Yeah.
That's on the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Britney
That's
Spears, Drive Me Crazy. She's a
Austin Powers,
Oh.
gold member.
No, no. Drive Me Crazy is
that?
for the movie Drive Me Crazy.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears is in the music video.
Yeah, with
but
Melissa
with
Joan
Melissa
Hart.
Joan Hart.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Is it Freddie Prinze Jr.?
No, no.
Devin Sawa.
Entourage guy.
Oh,
Adrian Brody.
Fat Sal.
Yes.
yeah, Fat Sal's
Fat Sal.
Turtle. Was it Turtle?
Fat Sal Turtle.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Fat
Adrian
Sal's by our
Grenier.
house.
Adrian Grenier.
Oh, okay.
Adrian Grenier.
Is that his name?
Adrian
I
Grenier.
forgot. I
Jeez.
forgot.
Adrian Grand Marnier. Soho 1977, 12 years ago. And Carly, this is a theme that we have noticed. There are a lot of comments where people will talk about the music that was playing when they were in a horrifying vehicle accident.
Oh, God.
And this is along those lines. 12 years ago, Soho 1977. Last time I sang this song was back in 93. I was riding my bike. It stalled at 93 miles per hour. Engine blocked, barely survived, went off the bike, and I said, what the fuck?
These people desperately need therapy.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
Go to a therapist.
and he says, now I riding again into the danger zone.
Yes.
People
Get
with
it.
motorcycles
Careful.
have
Be
death
careful,
wishes, dude.
friend.
Hell yeah. And you're right, this is a boy movie, and this is a boy song, but we do have a lady here, Rebecca A., 5 months ago. The danger zone today is between the ears and under the hair of an angry man who has his way with unapologetic expression.
All right, Rebecca.
Wow, Matt,
She's
not-
going
it's
through
not-
something.
It's just not boding well for women. Come on now.
Well, this guy likes to, challenge people online. So I don't know. McBone 9 years ago.
To McBone.
This song gets me motivated on GTA 5 online when some kid wants to dogfight. You have no idea how much fucking power I get when I'm fighting someone in GTA 5 in a jet fight, and this song pops up.
Hell yeah, McBone.
McBone.
I wonder if he's still doing that because that game has been out for about 9 years now, I think.
No,
He's dead.
Can't live like that close to the
No.
edge and not die.
No.
Jeez.
No. Justin
I go
Selk.
online and I fuck up kids
I
at
know.
GTA.
Fuck prostitutes in a game. And then, okay.
Justin Selk 6 years ago. When I hear this, I want to run into a fight with a street gang while I'm wearing a white t-shirt, no sleeves, red bandana around my right bicep.
So you want to be in the 1950s?
He wants to be in the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says pompadour hair with so much volume it has its own intro song. My aviator's so mirrored that you reflect on your life choices leading you here to fight a man like me. Jeans 3 sizes too small. My ass hugging the seams so tight you'd think
I like
my
to think in the middle of writing this, he was asked to go take the trash out.
no he
My ass looking so fucking nice. Hold on, I'm busy.
he says my ass hugging the seams so tight you'd think my cheeks and the jean pockets are teenagers making out in a movie theater.
What?
And Kenny Loggins is there. He's in the background singing the greatest theme song for any man. Absolute mayhem. I was like,
So the funny part is this guy is the complete opposite of this in every single way.
That is cool.
I like that he's talking about getting in a gang fight at the beginning, absolute mayhem at the end, and then it's just the middle is this is the coolest I could look. It's not mayhem.
You see your own life choices in my aviators.
Got a couple more here. Jive Turkey 3000. It's 2 years ago.
This guy's a fucking Jive Turkey 3000.
I'll never forget the first time this song played over the radio. Time and the earth stood still. It's lodged in my memory like a splinter. I probably think about that moment more often than I should. I know all about this song. The ins and the outs, start to finish. The facts about writing and the musical notes. I can list those from memory. Really makes me feel like an expert anytime anyone mentions this song, and people are always amazed with my musical knowledge, but the secret is, this is the only song I know everything about. Ha ha ha. What a track it is. Anyway, if anyone has any questions about this masterpiece, just ask. More than happy to talk about my favorite song.
Please.
Signed the most
please
autistic man
go
alive.
on a dating app. Oh my god.
No, don't go. Don't bother women with this bullshit.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
He just wants you to ask so bad.
And finally,
I bet he knows 3 things about this
Yeah,
song.
Yeah.
Ask
Kenny
me
Loggins
anything
and
about
Top Gun.
it. Yeah.
People are amazed.
It's a 4/4 time.
yeah, the drums they're synths. They're not really drums. It's 808. And finally, Burn 1314 from 11 years ago. If I owned a restaurant or a shop of any kind, I would get rid of the plain old jingle tone that goes off when somebody enters, and I'd replace it with the first 15 seconds of this song.
Actually, that kind of slaps. Yeah. That's good.
I figure people would be more inclined to spend money if they walk in feeling like a badass.
Hell yeah. Dude. What's his name?
His name is Burn 1314.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is one of those things where with an idea like this, he'll never have the capability to own or run a business.
right. Well, and also this is considered torturing your employee, as if every
15 seconds is so long.
It's so
That's what they play at that 7-Eleven where they lock up the energy.
yeah.
When you walk in.
But what if someone was about to rob that 7-Eleven? They'd reconsider after hearing that song because it's too intense.
I was only going to spend $3, but now I'm going to spend $5.
Hell yeah.
I was going to just get gas, but let me get that horny goat weed.
Dude, between the Kenny Loggins and how tight my jeans are around my ass, I feel like a badass.
Wait, go back to the first 15 seconds of this song.
Oh, it's literally, it doesn't even get to the danger
That's
zone
what I was,
part. It's
that's
just
what I
the-
was thinking.
Yeah, no, you get the fake drum roll at the beginning. The little, wait.
Oh, I like the bass.
Yeah, the little bass. Yeah, it's Seinfeld
We're 5
bass.
seconds in.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a badass yet.
It doesn't get
What
to
year
the
is this
chorus.
from?
86. Yeah.
And then like the
That's
baseball
it.
chorus.
That's what he wants
That's
to
what-
play.
Every time someone, every
The
time someone,
instrumentals.
help!
No,
My car's on fire. There's a dog trapped inside.
No, I-
Why is this playing?
I feel like it's that Seinfeld.
And that is Kenny motherfucking Loggins with Danger Zone, our jam of the week. Carly Garber, where can people find the Windy City Wonder online?
Online at Carly J. Garber. In person, sitting in my Nissan Versa.
Sam, where can people find you online?
They can find me at Sam Harder666 on Instagram. They can also find me at Slam Harder on Twitter. I really had to think
Yeah.
about that because I was trying to look up a show I'm doing, but also it's going to take longer than 5 seconds, so fuck that. I'm going to be at some show at some time at some place, so check that out.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. This Saturday, you can come see me in Columbus, Georgia at Bites and Brews. That's December 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're Alabama people, remember you got to go forward an hour when you cross the river there. December 19th, I'm at Betty's on Belmont in Pensacola, Florida. That show's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And December 26th, day after Christmas, join me and Joe Pettis at Battle and Brew in Atlanta, Georgia, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow the show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. We're now on Blue Sky, also at The Goods Pod. If you're in the market for a great Christmas gift, head on over, buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/thegoodspod. Make you look skinny on TV. And if you are watching this, not just listening, you're already supporting our show in the best way possible. Patreon.com/thegoodspod. And second best way to support our show is to head to Apple Podcast or Spotify, leave us a review. That shows the attitude of gratitude. Because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, Valencia, Spain is shutting down your fucking art show. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.